And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, comic collectors all over Northern Virginia. Troy David Phillips here at Flashback Comics, and with me, our very good friend and delightful Kevin Goswan of ComicsOnline.com. Everything geek and pop culture. I love doing that.
You keep putting the "and" in there. Just everything geek pop culture.
Well, there should be an "and" in there. It's good English.
It's no good English.
It's very good English.
No.
Yes, it is.
Anyhow, so
still riding an adrenaline high from the Wizard World Richmond Comic Convention, which was close enough for me to the Baltimore Comic Convention. I'm going to crash so hard with the weekend with nothing going on. That's a true story. And that's going to happen.
You saw some of your friends from the other. You got to hang out with Renee Witterstaetter once again.
Yes, indeed. The lovely Renee Witterstaetter, the very talented and a lot of fun Michael Golden, Mr. J. O'Barr. We got to meet him and talk about The Crow and talk about a lot of things related to The Crow. So, a very interesting man. I can't wait to watch that on video again. Just listening to him tell his life story and the experiences that he had that led him to creating The Crow. That was it was amazing. It was very, very humbling, very touching, very real.
I think we should put a link to that right down here in the show notes.
Right? Am I pointing to where it's going to be?
Yes.
All right. If there's not something there
down below us,
okay.
You might have to click more, but you'll get it. But we're gonna have that up shortly. And that's going to be good. I'm excited. Just imagine, you've watched The Crow. It was amazing, right? And then the other ones were not so amazing. Imagine a guy like that, really at the very top of his game now, later in life, and then he decides, I'm going to make another revenge story, but this time it's going to be a spaghetti western. That's happening. So be ready for that.
Yes, indeed. So, right now, let's talk about some comics we're spotlighting.
Let's do it. As I was just saying, I'm all about the Marvel. I got to catch up on some Marvel, and one of the things that I need to catch up on is Avengers, and that's like really the hub of what I need to catch up on. And so this is going to be an interesting one. Oh, you want to? There you go. Let's check it out, Mark. Hey, Mark. All right.
So, looks like Avengers number 35.
Yeah.
And we are in 8 months. Time runs out. We are building toward Axis. Here's a nice little title page shot there. Give us an idea of who our cast of characters is going to be.
I prefer to build toward allies, but, if we're going to build toward something... Ooh, and that golden guy is back again. I don't remember his fucking name. Name. The guy with the one horn, what's his name? From Mars?
Yes. Here, put that thing down a second.
He's like the Marvel version of what's his name?
Ex Nihilo. Thank you.
Nihilo,
I was spacing. I started to say
Ex Nihilo.
Nix. I was thinking of Nix Uton, the Monitor that's over in the DC side of things.
Well, I thought he was from what's the guy? The guy from the future DC thing, I don't even remember. What's his name?
You want to give me a little more context there, Kev?
I'm just making some noises. Scott's giving me the thumbs down, saying I'm baloney, or something along those lines.
Yes. In 8 months, time runs out. Avengers 35. Get started right there. And then let's broaden our horizons a little bit.
Show me how you would broaden my horizons.
Okay.
But keep it kid-friendly.
Well, I'll do my absolute best.
Okay.
Dead at 17 from Image Comics.
I prefer to stay alive.
Well, you're well past 17, so I think that's going to happen for you. I'm just going to give you a quick flash at some of the interior artwork. give you a chance to see some of the great goodness that goes on in this book.
I'm told that I can't. Never mind. There's a Flash and a 17 joke in there.
No, none of that. So Josh Howard is the artist-writer on Dead at 17. Dead at 17 gives us an alien invasion. It gives us a dystopian America. It gives us a resurrection story. It gives us a lot of things. I picked up the second issue, actually, and just sort of thumbed through it, and then it made me go back and pick up the first issue, where I said, hey, this is actually a lot more interesting than I would have initially given it credit for.
For some reason, I thought this was like a zombie story.
No, it really is not. There is, however, a character who was dead and has been resurrected, so that might be part of where your confusion lay.
Maybe.
Anyway, from Image Comics, Josh Howard's Dead at 17. You want to pick that up. Give that a try.
This is a new one.
Yes, it is. This is the second issue. I still have copies of the first issue available.
A new series of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And now is the first one still ongoing, or is this just a
the first
miniseries?
one has ended, so I believe this one will run limited duration, chapter segment, pretty much as has been the case.
Right on. Well, so my next thing, Spider everything, right? Because I've got to catch up on Avengers and I've got to catch up on Spider-Man. Well, what's happened here? All new X-Men who are from another timeline. These are the classic 5 X-Men that have been brought forward in time, as you may remember. This is a couple of years ago this began. Now they've also been shunted into maybe the Ultimate Universe. This question may be answered in this issue, and I've already read this, just standing here waiting for it to get started. Amazing.
Well, in the time that you have been not paying attention, Kevin.
Not paying attention for a while.
Yes, indeed. The Ultimate Universe, from the events of Hunger and Cataclysm, had in fact crossed over with the main Marvel Universe. Reed Richards from the Ultimates Universe visited our world. In any event, we're seeing a lot of breakage in the space-time continuum. We're seeing things like Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, here in the 21st century. We've seen Miles in the pages of the Superior Spider-Man. This is still an ongoing thing.
And then we've got this ongoing, just to keep running through this, we've got this Edge of Spider-Verse.
Yes, indeed.
And so we've got a Gwen Stacy book now, which is like, what's going on here? We've got a Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman, which I don't exactly understand, but looks pretty darn cool. They're putting the colorist to work, because it doesn't look like the penciler and inker are doing a whole lot of work on her effects on her face. But neat, and I like the idea. The first one was, of course, the Spider-Man Noir.
Yep.
And number 2, you haven't. If you pick this up, you haven't missed some previous Gwen Stacy. It's just coming off of that same Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, there is a checklist, fortunately, in the back of each of the books. So, Superior Spider-Man 32 begins us. Edge of Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Noir. Edge of Spider-Verse, number 2, Gwen Stacy. Superior Spider-Man 33 will be the next installment, and ongoing. So there you have it.
And so this is a kind of a limited series of one-offs, we might say.
Right. An epic event, nevertheless, but definitely executed a little bit differently.
Yeah, so I'm excited. These I've been a fan of Ultimate Universe since very early on. Maybe not the first day or anything like that, but certainly the first year. And I'm excited to see new life after all of the horrible cataclysms that have befallen that universe.
Well, I, much like you, Kevin, do enjoy my Marvel tales, but I love all things comics. Marvel, DC, Independence. And speaking of Independence, my next up pick comes from Michael Turner's Aspen. This is the latest installment of Fathom.
So Fathom, Michael Turner has done.
Yes,
he just keeps going. He's been gone from this plane for a while, but he just keeps drawing covers.
Well, yes, indeed. There's plenty of previously unpublished work of his, and certainly variations on the themes, but it's all still very beautiful. The characters and figures are rendered wonderfully. The color is just fantastic. Good art has been a signature from all of the Aspen titles, whether you're a fan of Soulfire or Bubblegum. Fathom, of course, is one of my absolute favorites. And this kind of brings us to the end of a major storyline, and we'll see some more Fathom stuff launching from that point there. I'm not going to spoil you with the spoilers at the end. But yes, indeed. This is issue number 8, the A variant cover to Michael Turner's Fathom.
Not Fathom. Fathom?
You know, like Fathoms Under the Sea.
I would say Fathoms Under the Sea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, pick that up.
So, I've already done an extra one, so you should do an extra one.
All right. Well, I'm going to skip over to Avatar Press.
Yet another indie book.
A favorite of mine has been God is Dead. And the God is Dead series has taken a dramatic turn now. We have our God of War making war. We've been seeing a kind of series of protracted battles amongst the various godly pantheons, all of the various realms, Asgard, Olympus, Mictlan, and the gods just hammering on each other and yet coming back to life only to repeat and renew the sequence. So that story is picking up and going forward rather sharply. This book actually has 2 stories, one right after the other. American Gods continues along a very different storyline involving, I want to say, more like junior gods. They are not major players in major pantheons. They are characters that have come out of some of the minor stories from earlier on. In any event, this is the...
And having nothing to do with the Neil Gaiman work.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, Jonathan Hickman's book is definitely a whole thing unto itself. That's the iconic cover. There's also a wraparound cover, which is absolutely beautiful. I'd be happy to show it to you.
All right, he'll show it to you. Just come on into the store, and he will show it to you. Yes. Speaking of Neil Gaiman, those of you fans of mine will recognize this. What do I have on me? Oh, I have a sticker. I have a little star sticker. Fans of mine, because of course I have many, will recognize this shirt from when I was in Morgan Spurlock's documentary, Comic-Con Episode 4, A Fan's Hope, where I say the very important line, Neil Gaiman. That's this very shirt. It's in your store. Are you excited? Are you just like you have goosebumps? Yes. Look at this guy. Goosebumps. Yeah. He's starstruck with me.
What's your next pick there?
Oh, okay, my next pick. So going from X-Men, whether or not they're in the Ultimate Universe, I saw this Uncanny X-Men with a bajillion cyclopes. I think that's the Greek interpretation of multiple cyclopses. Hey, it's got a beautiful Chris Bichello cover. So. Ooh. But the interior, not him, but still beautiful.
Yes,
and this is a Bendis book, so you can be assured that it will not suck. So there.
Yeah. So have you been keeping caught up with your Uncanny X-Men?
I'm gonna start fixing that. That's one of the things that Troy is gonna help me fix.
Yep, I am.
Yeah.
Man, this guy is a piece of work. I'll tell you what, he loves all this Marvel stuff.
I love it.
That he's 12 months behind on.
More like 36, frankly. And I've gotten occasional couple in a row here and there, but I'm behind. I'm very behind.
Yeah, you know what? They're going to have to do an all new Marvel Now all over again just for you. They're going to have to call it all new Marvel Right Now for Kevin Goswan.
I'm okay with that.
Oh my!
This is where we insert that little plug from Joe Quesada. Ready? All right.
Okay. Skipping over across the way, we used to say that because Marvel and DC were almost literally across the street from each other.
Right, they were very
down
close
the
back
street.
in the day.
Right now, I've got Grant Morrison's Multiversity. This is the Society of Superheroes. in the Multiversity storyline. Now, Grant Morrison's Multiversity has brought us back to the concepts of the multiverse, brought us back to the Monitor and Harbinger, or reimagined Harbinger. We've reimagined other characters in here, like a parallel universe Abin Sur as Green Lantern, but it's Green Lantern in that Alan Scott kind of look from the classic. We're seeing a Dr. Fate using guns. We're seeing new Blackhawks. We're seeing different versions of characters that we might have been familiar with.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah.
I remember the name of the character. It's that Kingdom Come Gog.
Gog. Oh, good gravy.
Yeah. All right. I finally remembered. For some reason, I thought he might be in some multiverse thing, and then that just tripped a little switch in my brain.
Yes, indeed.
Today, the store is apparently still open, and that's crazy. We're shooting this, and the store is just going on. It's weird, but hey, whatever.
Indeed. So, what's your last pick there, Kev?
My last pick for this week is going to be all new X Factor. It's Peter David, so it's hard to not completely love it, and I have a feeling that I will completely love it once I get back into it. Now, I've got the first couple of these and then a smattering of them in between that I have not yet read. This is number 14, and frankly, I've been a big X Factor fan of the Peter David ones with Madrox and everybody when they were in wherever the heck they were, Chicago, Detroit, some crap like that.
Well, right now, what you've got is a corporate X Factor.
Right, and they did that sort of once before in, I believe, like Volume 2, when it was like Polaris and Havoc, that X Factor.
Well, Polaris is still with us, and also we still have Alex Summers, and we have Gambit, and we have Danger, and we have Quicksilver, and we have Peter David. So it's a nice reunion going on there. X Factor being sponsored by Serval Industries. They're kind of calling the shots. They're moving their special team around as, giving them missions, giving them kind of a direction of things to do. Well, you know what? Get caught up, Kev. It's only 14 issues back. Get caught up.
I'm going to get caught up. And luckily, when it comes to things like X Factor, you're not going to... you can come into a store like Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia, and go to the manager, Troy David Phillips, and say, hey, hook me up with all of these, and he can probably just do it.
Okay. So my last pick here for you, Kev. One more DC. Sensation Comics issue number 2 featuring Wonder Woman. Now, this story gives us our classic, our iconic Amazon, Wonder Woman, but it gives her a story where she is at sort of a crisis of conscience, where she has lost the backing of the gods. You see,
ooh, I like that interior art.
Yeah, see, look at that. See, you don't see that all the time.
Oh, she doesn't have what?
Yeah.
What?
See.
How is she bleeding blood?
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers.
So yeah. Sensation
Isn't she
Comics.
made of clay?
Well,
She used to be. She not anymore.
That's
confused.
It's a story that they've gotten into. Again, Sensation Comics disconnected from the New 52, so you can just pick this up as a self-contained issue.
So if you're somebody like me, you could actually read it and not get all hacked off.
Well, yeah, you could do that.
All right.
You could do that.
I'm into it.
So yeah.
Sensation Comics. I like Sensations.
Yeah, and I like Wonder Woman. I like DC. I like Avatar. I like Image. I like Aspen. I like Marvel. I like all things comics. You should too.
This week I was really into Marvel, but for a little bit, there might be a little bit of DC that I might be into.
Oh my goodness!
Batman
and Harley Quinn.
These are backpacks. And
yes,
you
back buddies.
They're back buddies.
Back buddies.
And they're big. I mean, I'm a fairly tall person, and I mean this is going to take up most of my back here. All right.
I am the knight.
There's Backman. I'm just going to call him Backman now.
I am the knight.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to carry your laptop, but I bet you it'll carry your tablet.
Probably carry a lot of snacks and stuff too.
Lots of snacks, and if you could take all the stuffing out and just put snacks down his legs, I'm thinking for you.
Oh yeah. How about
so come in here and buy Batman from Troy and put snacks down Batman's legs. I know you want to.
Oh my! Well, that's a pretty good assortment of stuff there, Kev.
We've had a good week. I thought it was going to be light, but you had snuck in boxes before I got here, and I
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
There's a lot coming out good,
and only better as time goes on.
Yeah.
So
that's new comics for Wednesday, September 17th. Where does the time go?
Where does the time go? September 17th, 2014, Flashback Comics, Woodbridge, Virginia. Come and see us. Ask about our subscription discount service. And while you're at it, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter.
All of the things.
All of those things.
Also do it with Comics Online.
ComicsOnline.com.
Everything geek pop culture.
Yeah, because I don't do it right at
No. All right. So is that comics for this week?
I think it is.
You guys have a great week.
You too.
So that was some comics.
That was.
We already talked about the events that we did this weekend.
We did.
We can also talk about what's coming up. We've got some shows. We've got some games, and we've got what else? We've got what's a movie that's coming out? Tusk is coming out on Friday. Kevin Smith's Tusk, and it's all about scary walruses, like Craig. This is. Yeah, Craig's a scary walrus.
So there you see it, ladies and gentlemen. The Harley Quinn back buddy.
Oh, it's softer than Craig's back normally is.
Well, it depends on where.
Don't ask me how I would know. So
that was pretty frightening.
Yeah. So and then when it comes to new shows, I think we've just got. Gosh, what have we got right now? More Doctor Who. Last week's Doctor Who is supposed to be amazing. I haven't watched it yet.
I'm so far behind on Doctor Who.
But I'm told that it's the one that makes you love Peter Capaldi, so I'm going to have to watch it pretty soon. Beyond that, we've got something coming out. None of the big ones, but here at the end of the month, we're going to have pretty much all of the big ones beginning, so look out for that. We'll give you links to all of our interviews with all of the. I keep saying all of the big ones. It sounds weird. Why are you giving me what are you telling me? You can't see. You can't. I'm talking too loud. I'm talking too loud. Not loud enough. Hi. So anyway, what else do you?
I think
what do you have coming up? Anything?
I have all the stuff that we've already talked about. I'm looking forward to the upcoming Constantine. Looking forward to the upcoming Gotham. Looking forward to the season kickoff of
Gotham next week.
Yeah.
Monday. That's what it was. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah. Well,
Gotham on Monday.
Okay.
See ya.
So
I have no idea what to expect. I have really low expectations, but I still have my fingers crossed because I would love to love it.
Well,
I'm the guy who watched 10 seasons of Smallville, so you know I'm going to watch it anyway.
Yeah, true story. All at once, binge watching.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a lot of stuff. That's it for this week. So for Troy David Phillips, Mark Lutz, Craig George, and a bunch of people in the background, yell, people! Woo! See, it's like we have an audience. And for everything geek pop culture, I'm Kevin Goswan, and this is Comics Online.
True story.
From leaping tall buildings to going off like gamma bombs. Switch your internet browser to ComicsOnline.com.